Picture this. It's the dead of night, everything's dead quiet. You know, that kind of quiet where you can hear the fridge hum in the kitchen. I'm about to drift off when I hear something that has me on high alert, like a deer in headlights. Footsteps. In my room. No, I'm a single gal, I live alone, so footsteps at night isn't exactly a welcome sound. My heart starts racing like a trapped bird in a cage. I have a quick decision to make, and I opt to play possum, fake asleep. Desperate, I pray the silent prayer of the truly terrified. I dare to peek, eyes barely aslit, pretending to be deep in dreamland. There he is, a man, right there in my room. He's at my wall, scribbling something in big, bold letters. Then he just slips under my bed like some twisted boogeyman. I almost lose my marbles right there. But I see the words on the wall and I go cold, like ice cold. I know you're awake. I read. Then, sharp pain. Something slicing into the flesh just below my chin. It's a knife, I realize, cutting into me from under the bed. You'd think that's where the story ends, right? But nah, my night was just getting started. As the sharp sting faded to a dull throb, I keep up the act and continue to pretend. Maybe he'll believe me, think he was wrong, and scram. But the universe wasn't on my side that night. The guy crawls out from under the bed, takes my head in his rough hands, and pulls it up. He's checking and wants to make sure I'm awake. The fear's a living thing now, like it's got its own heartbeat, and it's pounding in my ears. That's when I get a good look at his face, and I swear, my blood turns to ice. It's my husband. Or it should be, except my husband's been 6 feet under for over a year. It's like looking at a photograph that's been left out in the sun too long. What did I do to deserve this? We were in love, or at least I thought we were. Now, he's back from the grave, in my room, with a knife in his hand. I close my eyes again, still playing the sleep act. I can hear him breathing, slow and ragged. It's like time itself is holding its breath. Is he going to believe me? Or is this the end? I pray to every god that I wake up from this nightmare, praying for morning to save me. But all I hear is the sharp scrape of metal against the floor and my husband's raspy breathing. This isn't a story you can shut the book on and forget. This is my reality, my never-ending night. And so, there I am, trapped in my own bed, my dead husband at my side. I don't know if I'll see the sun rise. All I know is the fear, the cold, hard fear, and the whispering promise of more to come.
It was late, later than my bedtime, but my mom was at work and it's just me at home alone. The house is silent, except for the muffled hum of my computer. I'm playing games, watching videos, just killing time. But then, I get this feeling, like I'm not alone. You know the one, like when it feels like someone's watching you. So, I try to shake it off, thinking it's just my mind playing tricks. My room's dark, except for the light from the screen. But then, out of nowhere, I see it. So I'm staring at the screen, trying to ignore it. But then I see it. On the computer screen. A reflection. It's not mine. It's too different. It's hazy and distorted, just standing there behind me. I freeze, my heart's pounding so hard I can hear it. But I don't turn around. No way am I going to turn around. I keep my eyes glued to the screen, to the reflection. It's still there, not moving, just watching. And it stays there. For hours. I try to keep cool, keep my eyes on the game. But the reflection, it's still there in the corner of the screen. Just watching. Silent. Waiting. I feel this cold fear creeping in. The kind of fear that makes your hair stand on end. The reflection, it starts to shift. I stop breathing, my whole body tensed up like a spring. Then, the worst thing happens. The computer screen goes blank. Power's out. The whole room is swallowed up in darkness. And the reflection, I can't see it anymore. But I can feel it. It's there, in the dark. Watching me. Waiting. I'm stuck in my chair, scared stiff. I know I should do something, but I can't. I can barely breathe. So there I am, in the pitch black, alone with whatever that thing is. Mom won't be back for hours. All I can hear is the sound of my own breathing and the pounding of my heart in my ears. I'm stuck in the chair, waiting for the power to come back. Each second feels like a lifetime. Every little noise is like a gunshot in the silent house. All I can do is wait. Wait for the lights, wait for Mom, wait for that thing in the dark. The room's still dark, the house is still quiet. And I'm still here, in my chair, staring at my reflection in the blank screen. But it's not just my reflection I see. I don't dare turn around. Because whatever that thing is, it's still there. Watching. Waiting.
I live alone in this snug studio apartment. Sure, it can be a bit eerie when the night settles in and the silence becomes a bit too heavy. You start hearing things that you swear weren't there before. So, I'm 22, finally getting a taste of independence. But then, the apartment starts playing tricks on me. Subtle things at first, barely noticeable unless you're paying close attention. Like one time, I'm lying in bed and I hear the floorboards creaking outside the bedroom. That slow creak that sounds just like footsteps. I brave it out and check, but there's nothing. No one was there. Just an empty, shadow-filled hallway. Next, it's things being out of place. Like the coffee mug that I remember leaving on the kitchen counter ends up on the dining table. Or my keys not on the key hook where I always hang them. Strange, but nothing too scary. I just laugh it off, blaming it on my own forgetfulness. But then, it starts to get really freaky. I find my books rearranged on the shelf. Or the bathroom door slightly open when I remember shutting it tight before bed. It's the small things, but they add up. Like a picture puzzle that's starting to form an unsettling image. Then, one morning, I woke up feeling oddly uncomfortable. I pick up my phone to check the time and there it is. A notification for a photo taken at 3:07 a.m. I open it and, what I see stops my heart for a second. It's a picture of me. Asleep. The room was dark except for the glow of the city seeping through the blinds. And it's not like it's a selfie I don't remember taking, it's from an angle that's clearly taken by someone standing by the foot of my bed. Suddenly, all those little oddities add up. The creaking floorboards, the displaced objects, they all make a terrifying sense. I wasn't alone. I had never been alone. All this time, I've been sharing my space with someone, or something, that's watching me, following my every move. I'm staring at this picture of myself, sleeping, completely unaware of the intruder just a few feet away from me. The reality sinks in. My own home, my sanctuary, wasn't safe. And that's the worst kind of fear, to not feel safe in your own bed. It's one thing to be scared of the dark, but to fear what happens in the dark when you're not awake, that's a whole new level of terror. So here I am, terrified in my own home, unable to shake off the feeling of being watched. Even now, I can't shake off the reality that the picture on my phone has confirmed. I wasn't imagining things. I wasn't alone. I'm still not alone.